Hi Taurus, I hope you guys are doing great today. So let's get right into your messages. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, deep love read for the end of October 2020. You guys remember, these are general messages. Take what resonates. Please throw out the rest. Don't try to make it fit. If it doesn't fit, it's okay. Maybe we get to next time. Let's pull Wisdom of the Oracle as a crowning message. We have new life. Very nice. I love this card, Taurus. This is so nice. This is like a new energy enters an old relationship, and new relationships are bursting with just awesomeness and vibrancy that, it's kind of like that winter turning into spring kind of energy. This is a time to connect with others and just share passion and share excitement and just feel this sense of warmth and happiness. This is very auspicious energy for sure with respect to love and partnerships in all forms, honestly. Really good. Beautiful. Thank you, because I've done like a lot of, you guys are my like 6, 7, 8, I think you're, like my 11th sign. As I started backwards this time, and I think that's the most positive one so far, so good for you. Good for you, yeah. All right, so let's see what we have. I'm going to use the lights of your tarot. We're going to pull recent, past, present, near, future, final outcome. I'm going to pull 4 for each position. Then we'll sweep that. We'll go into Lenormand and then the love oracles. And we'll throw some astro dice, all that. And we'll pull extra cards if we feel like we need along the way. Pentacles. Good, we get the star at the end, so let's see where we've been. Ending of something. 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, I mean, the 5 of Pentacles is feeling very worried about something, very isolated. You could be feeling a little lonely. Remember, love, and the love reads, Pentacles can mean money, or it can be mental, physical, or emotional connection. Any of those. But this is almost like a poverty mindset when it comes to connection. So just feeling very alone, feeling very isolated, right? Yeah, and then we have, I feel like that's working with the 8 of Cups, though, that, you're feeling this sense of loneliness, the sense of isolation, but while you're doing that, you're healing, and you're fully learning from something from the past. So for some of you, this could also indicate someone returning home. So maybe you were living with someone, and you moved out, and you moved back home, or someone was gone, and then they came back home, if you guys were living together, something like that. But it is this sort of, it's an improvement, right? It's much more positive than the 8 of Cups in the upright, because it's this learning from a situation for sure. Now we have this 8 of Wands energy that's really nice. 8 of Wands is one of my favorite minor arcana right here, because this is about good news coming in, and it coming in quickly. This is about quick action and changes. News arriving, and it incites almost a frenetic kind of change, where some of you maybe even have to move for something, or some of you just have to do something significantly different in your life in order for you to be able to accommodate this news coming in. So this could be certainly be all of a sudden you hear from somebody from the past, and they want to go out, and there seems to be like a very quick movement forward of some sort of could be a new connection, or for some of you, because it's a page, and page of Cups can mean a new cycle of love. Right? I mean, that's what it is. Almost like a new love, where if you guys haven't been together for a while, because it's a new cycle, and it doesn't necessarily have to mean a brand new love. If you haven't been together for a while, it means that you know, you have realized things, they have realized things. There's a newness about something, even if you're reconnecting with somebody, while others of you are meeting somebody brand new. But it is this idea of communication coming in really quickly and things changing really quickly. But this idea of isolation, of loneliness, then of learning from the past, and then someone coming back, okay? So this is what we're coming into this energy with towards the end of the month. So at the end of the month, we have the Knight of Pentacles in the upright, working with the High Priestess in reverse, working with the Ten of Swords, working with the Four of Wands. So the Knight of Pentacles is somebody who's very reliable, working really hard, very focused on work. Somebody who's, again, very, very patient about things. Where one person, first of all, you might be meeting somebody at work. This could mean that you're meeting somebody at work, those of you that are single. But it could also be this idea of patience within connection. This is sort of like the underlying theme here. And then we have the Four of Wands, which is the honeymoon card, which is nice. I mean, this is about certainly like maybe almost celebrating with maybe a reconnection, right? Because this has to do with a reunion energy too, feeling this very beautiful vibe because you guys have reconnected. Could be celebrating with friends and family kind of thing as well, if that's the kind of thing. Now we have the Ten of Swords, so we have the High Priestess reverse and the Ten of Swords. A High Priestess reverse is having very clouded insight, right? Where your intuition is blocked. There might be something that you're not fully seeing, or what's interesting about the High Priestess reverse is that you could probably identify that you know you're not seeing everything. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but you really can't figure out what it is that you're not seeing. And I'll even go as far to say as like, you may even be honest with yourself, saying like, maybe I'm not seeing that because I don't want to see it right now. I don't want to right in this moment. As we have this working with the Ten of Swords energy, which is a complete and painful ending, hitting rock bottom of a cycle, of the way something was. This is definitely like what happens here, because this is a Mercury and Virgo energy, the Ten of Swords, right? So Mercury is that, again, Mercury is about communication. It's about, Mercury rules our day-to-day experience. Mercury rules our health, right? Because it rules Virgo, our mental, physical, emotional health. And it being in Virgo is the problem solver of the zodiac. So something, the communication that was going on in this connection, whatever it was, however this was working out, became unhealthy. It becomes like just not able to continue as it was, plain and simple, right? But then we have this idea of the Knight of Pentacles coming in. So something ended. So the way I'm understanding this, Gemini, is something ended, okay? And even, there was this block that you really didn't want to look at, but somebody who's very, very patient is inciting some sort of reunion with you. You might be the one inciting the reunion, or they're inciting the reunion, but whatever it is, I feel like there was this experience that went on where you were just like, nothing about that was good for me, really, at the end of the day. Am I saying Gemini? Why am I saying Gemini? I'm in Taurus. Before you leave it in the comments, I'm just, because I just did Gemini, that might be why Gemini's on my mind. But Taurus, yeah. I mean, there is this idea of something just having been, like, it didn't even make sense to stay in it anymore. That's how I want to say it, all right? That's very much that Ten of Swords energy. It's like one sword at a time, over time, stamped in your back. And a lot of times, guys, it has to do with gossip. A lot of times it has to do with family situations where these things are just very painful and built one on top of the other over time. You can't really, you just decided you didn't want to deal with it anymore. Now, in the near future, we have the Devil in reverse, the Three of Cups in reverse, the Hermit upright, and the King of Cups in reverse. This is in the near future. So the Hermit is about going it alone for a bit. Now, those of you who are in any kind of secret affair. This could indicate you working on your relationship privately, but really the Hermit is about going within for clarity and just a very definitive quest for personal truth, right? Trying to gain some sort of spiritual illumination. And we have the Three of Cups in reverse, so this can be a lot of gossip, right? I do feel like, the Ten of Swords, I don't know, like people in your environment, in your family, in your family circle, that would even be like family friends kind of thing. Lots of gossip. Everybody has something to say here. Now, for some of you, for others of you, this could indicate that you're working with an energy here that is just, and it might be you, Taurus, it might be you, whether you're just partying too much or you're irresponsibly flirting, or, if you're, especially if you're in a connection, you shouldn't be, looking at that person like that or speaking to them like that. I'm not saying you, but that might be part of this experience. Yeah. Then we have the Devil energy in reverse. I do like this way better in the reverse than in the upright. This is about recovery. This is about leaving an abusive situation. This is about releasing the shackles of something. So releasing the shackles of something, absolutely. And we have this King of Cups energy in the reverse. Hey, you were dealing with somebody who was just a very huge emotional manipulator. They were very manipulative. They would say one thing, do another, promise you the moon and the stars, not have any follow through. They could be passive like that, or they could have been actually very verbally abusive. It's going to depend. This is a general reading. But that is what the King of Cups energy is. And you're just releasing yourself from those shackles. You going it alone for a minute, and just really like not dealing. So this tells me this is in the near future. Of what's going to be going on. Yeah. So we have the Eight of Swords in the upright, the Hierophant reversed, the Chariot, and the Star. Beautiful ending. Beautiful. So listen, the Eight of Swords is realizing, hey, you know what? I really don't actually belong in this relationship. This is like not the right thing for me. Self-imposed isolation, imprisonment, restrictions where you feel this in this relationship. You feel like you can't be the fullest version of yourself, your best self, your new you, right? And you don't like that. It's like truly feeling like your shoes are on the wrong feet. And you know what? A lot of times, guys, keeping it real, this shows up. It's just occurring to me because we have so many gossip cards here. A lot of times this shows up as it's where you feel like, and not in a paranoid way, but where you feel like everybody's talking about you, and they probably are. You're probably right. Meaning within your family, your friend connections, where they're like, gossiping behind your back, and you're just feeling so uncomfortable because of what what you're feeling. And it's not actually out in the 3D. It's just you feeling this very definitive sense of discomfort being in whatever it is that you're in here. Right? And then we have the Hierophant reverse. The Hierophant reverse is really focusing on being your own original self, focusing on your own level of creativity. This is absolutely having problems with authority. So any sort of, those of you who live at home, maybe you're having issues with your family, your parents, your siblings, whatever it is. Anything like that. This could also, though, have to do with maybe not just not wanting to get married, not wanting to do a traditional, conventional road for yourself in relationship, right? Because the Hierophant in the upright is about conventions and expectations and conformity. And in the reverse, it's like, no, I don't want to do that. I want to do things my way. That's just what I want to do. Now, that might not be you, Taurus. That might be somebody that you're dealing with. You might be dealing with somebody who's like, look, I really care about you. I love you and everything, but I never want to get married, or I never want to have kids, or I never want to do whatever it is. And that may not be okay with everybody involved, right? So that could definitely be something that's going on, because then that could certainly lead to a situation where it's like, okay, I don't feel like I belong in this anymore. This is not what I thought I was signing on for, kind of thing. And then we have the Chariot working with the Star. I love getting these two cards together because it just, besides it making sense, it's so healthy. Is the Chariot is about action and change and needing to leave something. So, and it's leaving something that's toxic. See, to chronologue it like energetically, it goes like Mars, Chariot, Cancer. And what does that mean? Mars is the warrior planet that stands for the tower, right? And Mars makes the tower come down. brings an ending to something, whether it's just a cycle or a way of thinking, something that's not serving us, right? And it takes us and it puts us on the chariot, because the chariot is all about taking us away from toxicity, taking us away from something that we're not meant to be in, and taking us towards the Cancer energy of that fourth house of home, the metaphorical home space of where we belong, where we feel at home, right? And that's what this is all about. So the chariot pulling you from something that is just really not, it's just not fitting you. You don't feel it, right? And then we have the star, where I love the star because this is about renewal. This is about having hope and inner clarity and having faith and some sort of miracle happening here where, and I know that sounds very dramatic, but it's like something that you never thought would be able to happen does happen. All of a sudden something starts to materialize. All of a sudden you're in the spotlight, Taurus, in some way or another. Beautiful energy. Again, this is an Aquarius energy, which is connected to Uranus. Uranus is all about the future. It's also all about surprises. And that, again, like the next couple of weeks, the Uranus energy is going to be off the charts. Things are going to be happening, surprises, things we're going to be like, wait, what? And a lot of you, I know, are already starting this week getting your Uranus surprises. I know a lot of you guys have been reaching out to me. Stuff you never thought was going to happen has been happening. I've had a couple of things in my own experience as well. So very, very real energy here. Okay, so let's sweep this. Let's see what Lenormand has to say. Okay. Messages for our Taurus friends. Taurus friend. Taurus Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Okay, we have the clouds and then the sun. And we get the sun. Very nice. We have Venus woman, the boat, park, and the moon. Okay, I'll stop it there. Hopefully you can see those. So yeah, definitely there's going to be some conflict, but then there's going to be some resolution, because we have double sun here, and the sun, we have the sun and the moon in the same spread, which tells me that something is going to be happening. Gemini, if I keep calling you Gemini, I don't even know. I know I'm calling you Gemini as it comes out of my mouth, so I don't know if some of you have heavy Gemini, or you're dealing with a Gemini, whatever. I apologize, Taurus, but this is about whatever's going to be happening. Some sort of big surprise is happening. Something is happening that's going to end up impacting your emotions. Okay, so we have this idea of emotions for sure. So where there was conflict, there's going to be some sort of solution, some sort of light brought onto how either you feel, they feel, somebody feels. Then we have the Venus energy looking at the future. Venus rules everything that we value. It does rule. It's one of the money planets, but it's also our self-esteem, our self-love. Obviously love, everything that we value, looking at the future, moving away from where you guys have been. Beautiful. And then we have the park. So the park represents getting together. It means joining together and sharing emotions. So Taurus, it does seem like you are going to be getting together with somebody to talk about how you feel regarding something. So and some of you may be experiencing this now. Again, the energy doesn't understand the calendar. Or, I did meditate on the end of the month. Okay. Let's see what we have here. This is the Island Time Wellness. We have mirror. Mirroring each other. Self-image. Relationship reflects our wounds. Introspection. That's good. That's like looking at stuff. Sunglasses, watching, looking, stalking, gaslighting, perception, focusing out. A lot of times we get that with the park. with the park energy, because the park energy can often indicate also social media, meeting up on social media, meeting on social media, connecting that way. But somebody maybe is stalking you a little bit first, trying to be a little incognito about things, maybe even playing it a little cool. Don't be surprised. But twin flames, right? I mean, we don't need to explain what that is, right? And then we have hand of cards, taking a chance and a risk, being strategic, options, not showing hands, gambling. Not showing hands and sunglasses. Yeah, I feel like somebody's like, yeah, so, you know, I was just either like in the neighborhood, or like they call you with this silly, innocuous question that, you know, has nothing to do with anything that really matters in life. They probably could have gotten the answer online, but they use it as an excuse to call you. And then we have butterfly, relationship evolving to the next phase, healing the inner child and growth. So I do want to say, sometimes the butterfly is getting back together, but sometimes it's making the decision to end things. Let's see what we have. This does look like transcending obstacles, learning, expansion, new phase, preparing for union. All right, I have to pull one more. Heart with the key, welcoming love, meeting the one, open your heart, getting together, perfect. So there's definitely, this could be an absolutely beautiful new cycle within a relationship where things are recognized and figured out right now. And guys, I have to tell you, a lot of the readings I've been doing, people have been getting this, and you know, the astrology does indicate this as well, because everything in its mother has been retrograde forever, it seems like, right? And now everything has sort of started to unknot. We do still have like Mars retrograde, we do have Mercury retrograde right now, but a lot of the big players, right, the stellium, Saturn, Mars, and Pluto, those are all, Saturn, Jupiter, and Pluto are finally out of retrograde, that powerful stellium. So this is where it's almost like these big players are starting to like stretch out and allow things to move forward. So it really is really does align to me. This very much aligns to the energy right now. Let's pull a couple of heart oracles and see what we get. That. And throw some astro dice. Yeah. Okay. It's important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone instead of placing your focus on another. Now is time to give it to yourself. It's always a healthy message. Right? Really figure out what it is that you want here. Twin flames. We have two twin flame cards here. Freedom. There is nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. Yeah, you have all the answers that you need. I'll see. Okay, we have 8th house, which is very much a we energy. This is, the 8th house it's Scorpio, but it's, you know, you guys having that conversation about shared resources, where you're going to live, what needs to be improved in the communication and the intimacy, all of that. Taurus is all about things that we value and respecting what you each value independently, from the money you make to the food that you eat to the children in your life to the home that you live in. What do you value, right? And remember, Taurus is ruled by Venus, so really nice. There's a softening to this, I feel like. Yeah, and then we have the North Node energy, which is Gemini right now. The North Node of the Moon currently is in Gemini, and Gemini is all about communicating, and it's about understanding that there's something new that needs to be learned. But listen, you have to give each other learning curve room. So if you guys say things are going to be X, Y, and Z moving forward, and it's not X, Y, and Z every day, understand the human condition. Somebody might just need to be reminded, oh, listen, when you do that, just want to remind you that really upsets me, or, you know, whatever, there being this really good communication. That's that energy. Good, nice flow. Let it go. A couple of signs of getting this. Trying, let it flow. Allow yourself to harmonize. Allow yourselves to benefit from open communication. It's a beautiful energy. Just let things happen. Don't try to micromanage anything, nothing like that, and it's going to be really beautiful for you. So Taurus, that is what I have for you. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope this is helpful in some way, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.